When we think about dry brushes, we think about Artis Opus, we think about the Army Painter, we think about makeup brushes. And in recent times, there's no two ways about it, these types of brushes have been a massive success. But now, there's a new contender in the ring. Today we're looking at the two sets from Cryptic Cabin. We have got the Goat and the Synth, named because they are goat hair and synthetic. As we get into them, you'll see that they do look very, very similar to offerings from Army Painter and the Artis Opus range. However, once you actually get hold of the brush in your hand, you can see here the bristles are a lot softer on the synthetic and also on the goat hair ones. They're notably softer than the Artis Opus for sure, and the Army Painter. I think you'll remember I did an Artis Opus review probably coming into 2 years ago now, and those brushes have lasted very, very well, and the Army Painter ones, albeit less than quarter of the price, they didn't age as well. So that's something to bear in mind with these soft bristles. You'll just have to be careful with them, you'll have to look after them like you should all of your brushes really, because they aren't cheap, so we need to make sure that we look after the brushes. So getting into it, we have the two different packs here. They come in a stainless steel tin. There's 3 in each tin. They come as an RRP of £53. If you buy it as a complete set, you get it for £40, and that includes a 30-gram tin of brush soap, which I have used and actually is quite impressive. It's got a very good cocoa butter smell, so I wouldn't mind saying that there's probably some nice organic ingredients in there. So that will be good for taking care of these soft bristle brushes. So these are coming in at around £6.50 a brush, which is very, very competitive in the market. It's slightly higher than the Army Painter, but it's coming in at half the cost of an Artis Opus. So, you know, they are very, very competitively priced. I think they're a good value proposition for the money, that is for sure. This is just a note here, this is not a paid ad. I've had no communication with Cryptic Cabin. I bought these myself with my own money, and I haven't had any communication with the company, so I'm under no obligation to say anything good or bad about these brushes. I guess it's time to give them a go and see how they perform. As you can see, I was doing some metal dry brushing there on my Minas Tirith for my MESBG Middle Earth Strategy Battle Game army that I'm now starting. And yeah, I think the brushes are fantastic, to be honest. They're definitely a different technique to what you would use with Artis Opus. Artis Opus is a lot of stipple work, and their hard brushes lean into that kind of technique, but they are also very good for just standard dry brushing, which is generally how they were designed to be used. I know Byron's kind of leading the charge with that more stippled effect. These ones are much better as what I would call buffing. So if you're used to using a makeup brush where the bristles are really soft, you wipe a little bit more paint off and you're just building up finer layers. It's a bit more like a bit more of a dusty finish sometimes with that, but you do get a lot smoother transitions, but it is slower because the bristles are softer. You're having a little bit less paint so you don't get streaking, but that does work really well. I think they performed excellently for the price. I think they're very different to the Artis Opus brushes. I still think there's room for both of them in your arsenal if you have the budget. The softer bristles are really good and they will complement a set of Artis Opus. I would personally recommend these over a set of Army Painter. I think these, I mean, the longevity on the Army Painter set in the end was not what I had hoped for it to be, and I think these are a much better investment with your money than starting off with an Army Painter dry brush set. I know the price is a little bit higher to get into the set because the Army Painter one comes as a 3 and this is a 6, but you get the brush soap to look after them as well. So I do think that these are probably where I would go if you're a beginner and you're looking to start dry brushing. I think you really can't go wrong with these. I really don't. So what do you think? Are you in the market for some dry brushes? Do you think model dry brushes are a good value proposition, or are you in the lane of just buy makeup brushes? I've got to say, compared to the makeup brushes, I think this is a big upgrade. I really do. Having just recently bought a few sets because I had so many comments on my last review saying buy some makeup brushes, I really think that these will change the game. I really do. So I'm strongly in the lane of specific model dry brushes, but let me know what you think down in the comments. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you get notifications next time I post a video. Consider supporting the channel directly by subscribing to my Patreon. There'll be a link in the description down below. There's not a huge amount of tutorials on there at the moment, but this year I've now had opening in my schedule, so I'll be able to start making more content, more tutorials, more reviews, everything like that. So if you'd like to support me directly, I would really appreciate it. And the link again is in my bio, or please consider doing your next Warhammer purchase through my affiliate links that are also in the description down below. And if you guys are on Instagram, give me a follow at FluffHammer. See you on the next one. Peace. Two metal tins and a tub of 30 gram. So these paintbrushes